Hey, what's up, guys? It is DJ. Oh my goodness, new and updated mods are out now for Farm Sim 22, and we have a lot of them to talk about today. 50 mods were released. All platforms got 23 new and 19 updates. Oh man! And also PC and Mac players got 1 new and 7 updates as well. Of course, we're going to look at every new mod plus customization options. We'll review every mod that got an update, and it's going to be a long video. Let's do it. Starting out with new ones for all platforms, we've got a couple maps, so we'll start with those. Fichthal V2 from Lucas G. This is a Bavarian map, a very hilly map as well, as you can see all the way through and around. Fichthal offers new productions as well as more points of sale than its ticket predecessor, aka Fichthal V1, I guess is what it is now. The built-up courtyards are small to partly large vehicles. You can also sell things in their entirety. There's more trees, or at least the more trees mod is recommended on PC if you got that. 255 buyable spaces, over 50 forestry areas, 134 fields, and 27 meadows. They also have 50 pretzels for you to collect as well. Things that we get in new farmer mode, we have a couple or one little spot through there, and then we have a few bits through here. Your main farm is located down there. Now, you're talking about productions. If you go down to the bottom right, this is new and totally different than things I've seen before. You can actually see how to kind of work your production. So up here at the top right, you've got everything for the spinnery down to tailor shop, juice factory, which is brand new, which can incorporate into the cereal factory. Wait, juice factory? You mean grape juice? That's not new. Oil mill, grain mill, biogas, bakery, greenhouse, apple tree. That's something that's new. We also have your sugar mill, dairy, 4 other productions, and then all kinds of stuff through here. So you've got different bits there, and then we also have a couple pinned up pieces at the top, so you can kind of see what is where and all of the different farmlands that you've got around. Speaking of the different farmlands, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different farms all around this map. That's a lot. Things that we get in new farmer mode. We have small tractors, Fendt 511. We have medium tractors, 714. And we have topliner harvester. We do have 2 trailers, the Brandner as well as Rudolph. We have a header and a plow. Power harrows, we have the Amazon, which matches up perfectly with our seeder. And same brand as our spreader. Manure spreader, we got one of those, which is nice. And a slurry spreader. Front and rear mowers, but you've got plenty of room to upgrade there. Nice tedder, good windrow, and a forage wagon. If you are wanting to make bales, we do have a round baler, and we've got a straw blower, animal feed mixer, as well as something to take care of your water and your milk. That's cool. We have 1 front loader with 2 sets of tools. We have a grapple and a spike, header trailer, and we have a weight. Something else, if you guys want to take a look at the growth calendar, here it is, so this should help you out. Next, we have the map, The Forgotten Isles. This is a fictional map, and you'll find a large island with many smaller islands surrounding it, all of which are connected by a single lane dirt road. Everywhere. Oh, you can see everywhere. This is built around, Erlengrad, which is the Swiss map that we got back at Farm Sim 19 that came over to Farm Sim 22. So you'll see everything on the way around, but I think they've done a really good job incorporating that. Like, maybe one of the best that I've ever seen. So good job, Maps by Mako. You killed it yet again. All kinds of stuff around through here. Forestry is an option. You've got farming, all kinds of stuff through there. There's also like a monster truck area, which is kind of neat. We'll check that out here in just a second. So 30 fields, small to medium. We have 5 forestry areas on here. They say over 5. What is that, 6? Anything under 100 is just the number. Can we agree on that? We have BGA, Stone Mine area, small town, light traffic in the town area only, nowhere else. DLC containers, sport, collectibles, 30 different decorations, mainly base game productions with a custom bakery and cereal factory, which does require additional products. So heads up there. Bulk for the silo that holds most bulk materials. No lime stations on the map, but there are 3 bulk buying stations that do sell lime. So there you go. Custom greenhouses, fertilizer, and more are required. Plus, as we mentioned, the monster truck course. Oh yeah! So you can see here, everything's been kind of laid out. So we have steep terrain, dirt roads, main roads, water crossing bridges, stone mine. This may be a super cool roleplay map. So if you guys are into that kind of thing, definitely go check this out. So monster truck, because I just want to see that. Let's be honest. Right over here, we have a full little setup. Also, we've got an area down here where you can do some rock climbing, crawling, stuff like that. And then through here we have this. This looks like something that Trucker Mancy would put together or something like that. Super cool, super awesome. I'm very appreciative that this is already on the map, so you can have a little bit of fun with it. And if you want to do some climbing here, there are 2 ways that you guys could do this if you want to. And then we have the area right at the top and then all the way back down. I didn't even know this was here, dude. Look at this, all the way down. I mean, this is super cool. And is that trees above it? That's trees above it. All right, that's epic. Very cool. Great job on this. Again, if this is something you're not into, well, that's totally fine. But if you're wanting to find something that's just different, maybe a little bit different, just to have some fun, there's not many other maps that offer what this offers. So check that out. Let's take a look at our growth calendar just so we don't miss that. Here you go. That is your growth calendar. And taking a look at what we get in new farmer mode. We have the Fit 515 as well as the Bureau 6105. And we have the 724 Vario, so a little bit bigger engine in that. We do get an MAN truck, that's cool, and we have a top liner. Telehandlers, don't always get those, so we'll take them when we can get them, and a forklift. Cars, we have the old pickup truck, we have a small Distinction Super B, we have the rear section of that, and a Velger trailer. Header for the combine harvester, we have a subsoiler and a seeder. I believe both of these are, 3 meter, 4 meters, so they won't work perfectly together, but you can modify one and they'll work fine together. And we have a fertilizer spreader, slurry spreader, rear mower, tedder, windrower, loading wagon. We've got everything for doing animals. Front loader tools. One's bag lifter, one's a manure fork. Don't always get bag lifters, that's kind of nice. And we have a bell fork, low loader, that's something new, and a weight. So there you go. The Forgotten Isles, I don't think they're going to be forgotten for long because there's a lot to offer here. Next, we have the Claas Ares 600. This is from John Deere 2450, X3D, and Bullet Bill. They are all credited on this. We've been talking about this a little bit here and there in Farm Sim News, but here we have it finally. Let's talk about it. 100 horsepower, manual plus power shift transmission, 220 liters of fuel, 24 miles an hour, and it weighs 5.2 tons. This can be found in small tractors. Engine options, we have 100, 110, 120, 130, 134, 152, 175, and 194. You can also see the different engine options also kind of redistribute weight a little bit, and they also change up the front length. So heads up through there. We'll just kind of stick with the 610 tuned. Why not? Wheel options, we have Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vredestein, and Nokian tires in here. Pretty much find all your standard stuff that you would find, and there's like 2 of all of them, which I find super awesome. Mudguards front, we have standard, wide, and no. Mudguards rear, standard, wide, and no. Exhaust, we have standard and straight. Beacons, we have left, right, both, or neither. Extra working lights, these are going to be around towards the very back on the top. So it starts with 2, but you can add 4. The front always has 4 of them. Tractor triangle on the very back, we've also got yes or no there. Attachments, this is around towards the front. Starts with no, then we can do 200, 400, 500, or 200, 400, 600, it's 700 kg. We also have a front 3-point, although I do not believe there's a PTO on there, so just heads up. We do have hydraulics, which is nice. Hang on. Attachments, yeah, there's hydraulics on there. We do have front loaders for Claas or no. However, we also have quickie. And one other thing, the PC version has completely different front loaders. We'll talk about that. We do have the Asaria Pro on here, so if you have precision farming, you are good, and we have our license plate. If we jump in game, we can take a look and see that we do have some things that we... Yo, how's about that sound on there? And a door closing sound too, and we have the same thing for the other side, and then the rear glass. So we can... There you go. There, got that, and then open the door. Look at that. Very cool, man. Next, we have the Lizard 6522. This is from Armhal. They made a lot of other trucks as well, very similar to this, so this just adds to their collection. 240 horsepower manual transmission, 210 liters of fuel, 55 miles an hour, and it will hold 15,000 liters. Well, for now, and you can find it in trucks. So let's talk about configs. Capacity 15,000 and 22,000. That's very cool. And we do have a visual change as well, which makes things nice. Engines, we have 240 horsepower and 400. Wheel setups, we have standard and Standard 2. Standard 2 looks great, makes it look like a really mean dump truck. Facing configurations, we have plastic design or a metal design. I think metal, actually both of those look really good. Mirror configurations, design 1 and 2. Canopy configurations on the top, we can add that. Not a big fan, but hey, if you like it, go for it. And we also have configuration of additional mirrors. We can throw an additional one right here so you can see the front of your truck. Engine protection, this is all the way in the inside, like kind of at the bottom like there, so you can see that. You can see it from the front as well. Additional lights, we do have some of those if you want some extra ones. Now, colors, we have the main color on here, which is going to be your cabin. These are your colors. Let's go with black, why not? Design configuration, this is going to be the dump bed. Let's go black there as well. And then no rim options, those are always going to be black, and you've got your license plate. Let's get ourselves one of these and see what we can do. So turn it all on. Unfortunately nothing, but we do have an awesome horn. Next up we have the Lizard VITIXO, and the O stands for the numbers. So we have a 20, 30, 50, and 70, and you may be saying, what in the world's the difference? Well, the modder Chinbin has actually done a really good job and done like a full write-up on each one of these. Usually we just talk about configurations and customization, but we will mention a few things. So let's start over here. You can see we pretty much have similar specs overall with all of these. We have capacities between 3,100 and 3,600. Some of them have a little bit more horsepower, and that's about it. Oh, and we also have different working speeds for the bottom two, the 20-30 versus the 50 and 70. The only difference in customization options for us, though, is going to be the capacity. So we have the standard and OptiGrape. I would say they have gone for more of like a realistic approach here, but it would be cool to see capacity of like, I don't know, 100,000 liters. That would be kind of nice, especially with 4 fields coming up. We do have wheel brands from Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, Radistan, and back in. So we have a bunch of different wheel options there. As I mentioned, you can change the capacity. Colors, we've got quite a few different things through here. We basically have New Holland colors for the most part, because they have created a bit of a storyline and said that these have been built under license from New Holland, which is, again, kind of neat. Then we've got our gridding color, and then lastly, our rim color. So you can make these match up, I would say, just about everything, but it's really beneficial to only have these to be done here. Now, the differences between these. They say that the Lizard 20 is the least advanced model in the range, but it's also the least expensive, starting at $150,000, as opposed to the others, which almost get about 100 grand more than that. It should be reserved for work in vineyards with few slopes and is not equipped with automatic slope or tilt control. The 30 is equipped with the slope and banking control as standard. Nevertheless, in order to keep the purchase price as low as possible, it has a low horsepower engine, so you've got that. The 50 version increases our price up to $210,000. This is equipped with the 4-cylinder, increased to 144 horsepower, offering greater driving, and it's, well, just better. So there you go. And the biggest and baddest one, the 70. This has the biggest engine, often unrivaled versatility and working comfort. You've also got a higher capacity and pretty much the best parts of all of them. But yeah, I think we could have just done one model here and just changed a few things, but maybe that's just me. Next, we have a returner from Farming Simulator 19, but you're not going to find the same stuff as you did back then. The Lizard HY400. This is available in a 4x2, but I don't know why they needed to put 4x2 in all of them. Anyway, we got 400 horsepower, 460, 560, 640, and 810 wheel brands. We have Continental, Trelleborg, Michelin, and back down again. Decals, we have the branding decals, Lizard on the front. We have HY400 at the top. Steering wheel, which nobody can see unless you're in first person, and then a mixture of all of those. Main color, we've got on the very top, bumper color itself, and then rim colors. I don't know what it is, but the texture's just, it's just not right on this. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. I guess it just is what it is. Next, we got a new brand, again, thanks to Universe Simu Modding, Sky Progress P100. This can be found in Cedars, 2,000 liter capacity, 1.5 tons, 120 horsepower, 3 meters at 6 miles an hour. This will do all with 8 of your standard crops and holds seed and fertilizer. It's also direct drill because it's got a power harrow on the front. Super cool. And again, really nice to have new brands coming into the game. All right, heads up, 3-meter cultivator alert. We'll get through it. We have the Rolmako U436, 1.9 tons, 120 horsepower required, 3 meters at 8 miles an hour. Way to change it up there. Lighting, we do have some lights that we can add on the back. Rakes, we do have those if you want to add that. And then design color, black or blue. So there are some customization options on here, which is, again, kind of nice. Next up is the Rabe, I don't know, it's a bird, MKE 250. This is a power harrow, can be found in power harrows. 720 kilogram weight, 75 horsepower required, 2.5 meter work width at 7 miles an hour. We do have a hitch on the back as well, so you can do that if you need to. Tube roller bar. We also have the tooth packer bar, and then lower link on the front. And I'm pretty sure Motto's just put this in to try and make me say it. I'm not saying it. And another 3-meter cultivator. This one, 510 kilograms, 68 horsepower required. So close. 3 meters at 9 miles an hour, no customization options. Next is the rear platform mod. I always love stuff like this. So this bad boy right here is used for transporting, excavating different types of material off the ground. It is an indispensable piece of equipment on agriculture properties. And they do say that the super platform streamlines, organizes, and makes the work of a farmer practical. We do have a couple different bits here. So you can see we have 2 pieces. We have a 2 meter and a 2.5 meter. However, capacities are the same. Weight, however, is different. So let's talk about this bell trailer configuration. So you can throw a bell trailer on there. We do have a capacity of 1,600, 3,500, and then back down to bell trailer. We also have a set of colors, but not the full set. Would have been nice to see default colors equals true on this one. And our last 12 mods today for all platforms are all going to be placeables. We've got some really neat stuff today. So let's start with the 8-bay double cow shed. $200,000 for this, which I think is actually really, really nice. We've got a place for milk, slurry. We also have food around towards the inside, and around towards the other side, we have a place to buy your cattle. So food and everything will go straight down the middle. If we open this up, come around here, we can buy our cattle here. Holds 200. Also have the enhanced animal system mod, so you're not going to be getting all those on all platforms. And then over here, you've got your milk. We have 3 doors on either side, 4 if you want to count the center as 2, which allows you to go in and out, walk all the way around, things like that. Plenty of doors to walk in and out. Actually, there's 6 doors on the front. There's a lot more doors than I thought there were. Can we change colors? It does say that there are color configurations, so let's go to animals. Let's go here, and yes, we can. And it changes everything. So everything that's green on one. There's not that many color options on there, to be fair, but there's enough. Next, we have the Bavarian Cowstables. Now, these are about the same size. They're pretty massive. However, they only hold 36 cows, and they're static, which kind of stinks. We do have similar setups as far as everything else goes. The doors are a little bit more realistic, which is kind of nice. No color configurations, but we do get 2 versions. We have one version that is like a red top with a tan, and then we have a white with white. Same thing on the inside, so it's not going to be any different. And we do have a place for an overhang, as well as, if we open this door right here, we have a nice little shed area. So you could put anything in here that you want, do a little bit more realistic stuff. Milk is going to be there, so it might make sense to put your milk trailer in there or something like that. Nonetheless, there you go. Yeah, 36 cattle. Oof, and it costs you way more, 310 grand. This needs to be changed up a little bit to be competitive. Next is a very interesting mod. This is the straw boiler, and I believe we had this in Farming Simulator 19 as well, but it is here in 22. By the way, it is a production chain, but for some reason it says miscellaneous, so I believe that it's completely categorized wrong. Can't change color or anything, and they say that this simple straw boiler is everything that you need to provide heat for your farm buildings. The boiler consumes 1.8 meter straw bales per day and will produce a small amount of electricity or energy that is sold automatically as a fictional compensation for what you pay for heating your home. So there you go. We can take a look here. 1,833 liters of straw, and then we get 30 liters of our charge out. And that's going to be sold, like we said, automatically. This is kind of neat, especially if you've got some extra straw bales or maybe want to do things a little bit more realistically. But like I said, this is going to be found in your production chains. Next, we have grain drying. This is a different grain drying bit, and it is kind of neat. It's just different than the other one, but this one requires some different stuff. Let's talk about it. First off, it is grain drying. So we've got our place right here where we get our dry grain, where we deposit our wet grain and other things. You actually see everything that we put in here: wheat, barley, oats, corn, and fuel or diesel. And then we come over here and we can take a look at everything. So wheat, barley, dried barley. I think that's supposed to be dried corn. I believe that's dried corn. Yeah, because dried maize comes out. So maybe they just copied the wrong thing at the wrong time. Nonetheless, you can see everything that goes in and then everything that comes out. This is interesting because we actually get some stones as well. I don't know how that happens. Maybe in real life you get rocks in your grain dryer, but here you go. We've got that, which is very, very neat. And then we also have a selling station for these things as well. Next is the Headerhall. This will cost you $70,000, and it is $25 per day. We've got one door on it. It's going to be right here at the front. I'm not sure exactly what a Headerhall is. I have no idea. Some headers will fit through there, so that's good. I think more or less this is just a different type of shed. It looks really good. The creators of this is Leon. Yo, you killed it on this one, my dude. One thing, heads up, you can't change color, so it just kind of is what it is. We got lights and stuff everywhere. It does look really good, though. This looks super good. I can tell you spent a lot of time on this. Here's another haul. We have the factory haul, and I love this because, let's go in here. We have massive windows. I love like these, I don't know, picture windows, what you call them in real life? Not quite sure, but we've got all kinds of hookups in here, all kinds of things. But I just love the design of this. It's super modern to me, and I love modern home design and stuff like that anyway. So this just like takes the cake completely for me. I love it. And it's by the same modder as the previous mod. That's probably why that sounds exactly the same. Next is the root crop heap pack. These are 8x22 meters. So I got a truck right here. I'll show you guys how this works. So jump into silos, and we jump right over here. So we have the potato one first, and then we have sugar beets. And these also snap, which makes things really nice and really easy. So I'm gonna jump in here to the, this thing is ridiculous. Oh, I love this truck so much. To lose my breath here just driving this thing around. We have our potato heap, so let's see if we can do a 4-stump here and possibly do this. This basically is a silo without walls. I think that was probably enough. And then we go over here to the heap, and it says we got 124,000, and it is 72% compacted. Already? I don't know how that happened. Let's see if we can back it up with this. Compaction 100%. Well, that made life easy, huh? There you go. And then all we gotta do over here, close this up. Yay! That didn't get it. And now we can do this, and it'll compact and I believe turn into silage. You should probably fast forward time a little bit and see what happens. Takes 24 hours, and we uncover it, and it's still potatoes. All right. So I got excited, didn't I? Yeah, I did. All right, let's move on. Nice little fixer-upper here. If you guys ever have anything that's on the ground like that, just use a soften tool or something like that, and wha-bam, you are good to go. Also, man, that is really tough to find. There we go. Really tough to find the delete trigger for that. Next up, we have wooden gate pack. We have 7 different wooden gates. We have one there, and one there. And then we have one with a little bit taller pylons, and then nothing on the side but taller pylons. And then our grand entrance with the pylons, and then I think those are the same. They look the same to me. Nonetheless, there you go. Next, we got the gas pumps. This is a placeable shop category of tools. Gonna cost you $10,550, and it is 30% off diesel here. So hey, if you want to get some time or some prices off, there you go. Also, it says Newell Gaming is the monitor. Newell, is this you? Good job, dude. Next is the placeable decoratives pack from Farm Mods TV. We got 6 newspaper boxes. I believe we already had these, I don't know if they're placeables from another thing. We had something very similar to that. We got a couple benches and a dolphin. There's a really big dolphin statue. I don't know what map that's from or if it's completely custom. We have a dolphin statue. All right. Next to last, that's right, we are getting close. We have the Prickly Pear Cactus mod. So in here, we have the Prickly Pear Cactus in greenhouses. 4 liters of water will get you 2 liters of Prickly Pear Cactus, and when you want to sell, you bring them here. But that's not all, because if we go into decoration, we go to other. Oh yes, you have your very own Prickly Pear Cactus Placeable. Say that 2 times fast. Yeah. And your last new one today for all platforms gonna be rental properties. These all kind of function the same, but what they've done is they've taken some of the placeable houses and maybe doctored them up just a little bit. And we now have rental properties. So each one gives you a little bit different amount of money, say an 840, 816, 862, and you place these down and you get that much money per month. I can't tell if that's good rent or bad rent. I don't know if I want to stay here or not. Nonetheless, these do cost a decent amount to place down, $5,780 or $800 rather, for all of those. But each one gives you a little bit different amount of money. So, rental properties, anyone? I like this idea. Also, it's by Newell. Newell! Is that you? Let me know. Jumping over to our mod updates for all platforms, we have Ballam Road Dairy Farming. They are showing version 1.12. However, we have 1.13 on here as well, which I'm pretty sure that is the update. So they've added a horse pasture, increased the capacity of the side shed from 32 to 57 cows, fixed slurry and manure visibility when being sprayed into fields. Feeding cows silage now gives 90%, and adding potatoes or sugar beets to the feed will now give you an extra 100, well, total 100%, 10% there. And then a new save is only required if you want that horse pasture. Moving on, we have an update. Castile and Leon New Horizon version 1.001. Corrected stone pines and resin pines. Corrected the compound feed factory. And corrected the placeable herbicide and liquid fertilizer deposits. Now, we have a lot of changes. Let's see if we can go over all of them. They've added the Castilian Leones names in the NPCs, added the bulk category, the load of compound feed, crushed cereal, crushed protein cereal, chopped potato, and chopped carrot, disabled the possibility of painting the riverbed background texture. It is a texture integrated into the world associated with sounds. There you go. They've also increased the storage capacity of materials that enter all factories by the millions. Ooh. Added the sale of bales of alfalfa hay and grass hay to agricultural supplies. Eliminated a function from all factories because it caused a constant repetition of sales when the factories are at their maximum. That sounds like good for me. They've changed 3 reading textures from PNG to DDS in the world, added straw bale unloading to the modified cow and sheep stables, minor readjustments and touch-ups, changed the precision farming ground map. This change is only available if you start a new game save, so heads up there. We also have PDA with more definition, added routes for the AI on all roads. Now your workers will use the roads to move instead of crossing the neighbor's fields. Let's move it down. And minor readjustments and touch-ups. Now, they do say, very important, added modified weeders. The original weeders caused a blockage of the agricultural vehicle when used in the fields. Refrain from using them. Use the modified weeders that were added to the Chopstart 590 and Rogard Ho. Also, important notes! You can continue your save game, although it is recommended to start a new one. And in the winter, as far as possible, there will be content updates. Enjoy. We also have an update to Neuffener Valley, though this isn't as big. Version number 3, a new save game is required for this one, so heads up there. Collectibles have been added. They've added various decoration elements, added barriers, added new field types, exchanged the debris crusher with universal crusher, sandy beach for the visitors of the farmers market, new farmlands, added concrete productions, including sandy beach with piled sand, added quarry with stone and limestone, small pond when buying the productions. The farmland is also bought at the same time. That makes things easy. And they've added a silo for grapes and olives. That's all your map updates. So here are your vehicle updates. The John Deere 6010 series version version 2.1. Some details have been added, bugs have been fixed, they've added new wheel configurations, and improved the shading on some elements. The Steyr CVT Pack is up to 1.1.1. They've added interactive control support, which does require the FS22 interactive control mod, and mouse control or interactive control that can be configured for consoles when using your controller. The new Holland T7 HD Tier4F version 1.2 fixed various bugs, new interior sounds, new details, and new color configs. The X7 VT Drive Track version 2.5. New beacon bar added, interior decals been added, terminals and fire extinguisher, and daylight added. In version 2.5 of the Farmods TV 2017 Pickup Police version, well, 2.5, they do say, I suggest you sell what you have in-game before updating, so heads up there. Color options have been added for the push bar, new engine options added, automatic gearbox options added, new strobes added, and new wheel configurations added. We also have an update to the Kombi version 1.1. Problems have been fixed, corrections in 3D and textures, new color grid, and added passenger options. Moving on to the equipment updates. Case H Concord air drill system version number 2. They have added the 2300 pull behind cart, added the SDX pull behind configuration, fixed the rear collision which caused it to flip, and added an auger collision. How cool is that? Oh, I love this mod. Next update is the wood crane, which is absolutely a must-have if you guys are doing any type of logging. This is version 1.1. Fixed an issue with the crane does not fold back on the trailer correctly. The trailer now disappears after unfolding and cannot be used. That was a problem. You could just drive it around. It's kind of funny. And you need to sell your old crane before updating. Basically, this mod needs a new game save, more or less. And an update to the Lizard WS130 G version 101. The bogie axle's been remade more realistically. It's small adjustments. Stone picker trailer, which I'm just now using for some reason. I'm using it over on my Alma, Missouri episode. You see that on Saturday. Anyway, this version is 1.1. They've added a forge wagon configuration, added or adjusted the folding speeds, added additional color choices, and your color configuration choices may have changed with the new update, so just a heads up. Here's a cool one. The Lizard Gooseneck Haymaster version 1.1 added auto load. This is what I said at the beginning. I was like, man, this would be so cool if it had auto load. And now it does, so it's even cooler. Next is Buckets Pack version 1.2. A new bucket has been added. Ooh. Texture fixes a new mod icon as well. The Austrian Stables also got an update from Farmer 5 Time version 1001, but I don't know how to pronounce that, so yeah, there's your update. And how's about an update to wood production version 1001? They fixed the water trigger, added medium wood production, added a sawmill that it can accept the wood pallet, and added cosmetic improvements. A very in-depth update to the Vineyard Pulls Pack version 101. Minor fix. And update 1002, the animal food big bags. Added a new big bag for rabbits. So there you go. Should help you guys out on Court Farms. Very cool. And there are your, I believe, 19 updates for all platforms. Jumping over to some new ones for PC and Mac players, and I should just say new one because it is the Renault Ares 600. This is kind of like the Claas Ares 600 that we talked about earlier for all platforms, but the John Deere 2450 made this. X3D as well as Bullet Bill is credited here as well. 100 horsepower, manual plus power shift, transmission 220 liters fuel, 24 miles an hour, and it weighs 5.2 tons. Engine options, we have 100 horsepower, 110, 120, 130, 134, 152, 175, 194, and back down again. And you may have noticed a few things change, like at the very front. We kind of got weight that changes. It's distributed a little bit differently, and we've got that front piece right there that changes too. Wheel options, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vredestein, and Nokian tires. Mud guards on the front, we have standard, wide, or none. Mud guards on the rear, standard, wide, or none. Exhaust, standard, straight, and back and forth between both of those. We have beacons, one on the left, one on the right, both of them, or none, neither. Extra working lights, these are going to be around towards the back, just gives you 4 instead of 2, matching the front, which always is 4. Tractor triangle, this is also around towards the back, yes or no there. Attachments, this is going to be no. We have 200, 400, 600, and 700 kg weights. We also have a 3-point, but there's no PTO on there. It does have hydraulics, which is nice. Front loader option, the Quickie or the MDX Seria Pro if you guys are using precision farming. Yes and no there, and your license plate. Lastly today, let's talk about updates for PC and Mac players. First one is the Pack Lair version 1001. They've added the SP290 model. Same change for the Weckman WS130 G as the Lizard WS130 G. Version 101, Bogie Axle remade realistic, small adjustments. We've also got the update for the Meprozet PN-3 18 version 101, error with the PTO hold down fixed, new BKT tire models added, new normal textures for the pipes, improved translations of the telescopic pipe configuration, improved destruction and dirtying of some actuators, pipe collision corrected, and changed the drawbar adjustment, the mouse control instead of shop config. FSG Modding updated their start and spring mod version 1.1. They fixed an issue with all fields starting as grass, now starts with all that show active for March on the crop calendar. And an update to the exhaust extension from Factor Man. If you're on PC, you have to have this downloaded. It's version 1.1. The default extension effect can now be activated and deactivated in the game settings for all vehicles. This avoids unwanted graphics effects caused by overlapping. And new for modders, with the node offset attribute, you can define an offset of the particle system that the default exhaust effect has. That is super duper cool. We've also got a nice update to the Compost mod, version 1.1. A small composter has been added, which does 2,400 liters a month. Big bag compost was also added, 50 liters, $10. And your last update for all platforms of the last mod today, Lime Contracts. This is version 1.1. Fix the growth stop after accepting a Lime contract and removed offered Lime contracts when crop grows beyond the seed stage. Well guys, that is it. We made it through all 50 mods today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, get subscribed, join the DjGoHam fam, do the notification dance. That way you never miss daily farm sim videos here on the channel. No farm sim news today. There's really not a whole lot going on. Did make a couple posts, so check those out if you haven't seen it already. Jump on the Discord, come and hang out with us. Otherwise, just hope you have a great day. Enjoy using these mods, and we'll see you later.